Good evening, Montverde Academy. I'm David Bernatavitz, the Dean of the Upper School. We welcome you to our Upper School Transition Night. We're so glad that you've been able to join us, and we hope we're able to share with you some great information about the Upper School at Montverde Academy. We have an amazing team of administrators here this evening talking to you about the curriculum, special programs of distinction in academics, the arts, athletics, the college guidance program here at Montverde, and our Dean of Students office will be talking to you about student life in the upper school. With that, please know that you may have many questions throughout the program this evening. Should you have questions, please write them in the chat, and we'll do the best that we can to to answer the more general questions. All right. If it's specific questions, please email the person who you can connect with, who will be able to get back to you in a short time period to answer any question that you may have about the upper school and the experience here at Montverde. With that, I would like to turn the program over to the Associate Dean of the Upper School and the Director of Curriculum, Kim Brauman.
Thank you, Mr. B. Hi, everybody. We are super excited about you coming to the upper school. I know a lot of you I see coming through car line to get dropped off, and I get to wave. I get to see your puppies. That's actually my favorite part, is to see those dogs hanging out the window. So, we look forward to having you on this side of the street with us. The first thing I want to talk about is the transition to the upper school. There are a few dates that are coming up that you're going to kind of want to watch and pay attention to, so that you don't miss out on some exciting information. We do have what we call subject area of concentrations here at the upper school, and if you're interested in those, we'll be having kind of a little expo coming up to explain what those are and how those work, and that'll be coming up here in about mid-January. There's lots of options with our academies and our activities here. So I know that we have people here that are going to talk about those and those dates for signing up, so pay attention to that section. We also have course selections that will be coming up towards the end of April, the beginning of May. We will be working very closely during that time and throughout the summer, so we will definitely be in touch and email back and forth. And then we also will work very closely with that course placement. You and I will work very closely on that because I know you'll have lots of questions, and a lot of those are very individualized. So as you look at the PowerPoint there, you'll see our curriculum. Basically, as freshmen, you do have some choices, but they're fairly limited because we have to get in your math, English, science, social studies, your world language. Those of you that don't have an activity or are in an academy, you'll have an elective. So you will have a few choices, and you'll see there's a list of some of the options. That's a very minimal list. That's what most of our 9th grade students would be taking. So when you get ready to select those courses, you can kind of look back at this list, and it'll give you an idea. We have 3 different areas of courses. We have our college preparatory course, we have our honors courses, and then we have our AP or our advanced placement courses. And you can decide, what fits your need best. And you and I, again, will work very closely on that throughout May and throughout the summer as we get ready to begin school. The last thing that's super important, who to contact. That's me. You will hear all of these fabulous people here tonight, and they are going to give you a wealth of information, but it's going to be really hard to remember who can tell you what and who to reach out to. That's where I come in. Unfortunately, I do not have all the answers. I don't even come close to having all the answers. But I promise I know who to have you reach out to. So if all else fails, my contact information is right there on the PowerPoint. Please don't hesitate to give me a quick call, send me an email, a Teams message if you're a student here on campus, and I can let you know who to reach out to if I can't answer that question for you. Again, we welcome you to the upper school. We're super excited to have you here. And I am going to now pass it off to our Dean of Faculty, Mrs. Marcia Bernatavitz.
Thank you, Ms. Brauman. Again, welcome this evening. I still very much wish that we were in the auditorium and that you all were live in front of us. But you know what? It's 2021, and we'll make the most of it. And again, we appreciate you joining us virtually this evening. As Ms. Brahman said, I am Marcia Burnett-Tavitz. I'm the Dean of Faculty and Director of Professional Development, and I also serve as the AP Coordinator for the school as well. So really, two things I wanted to highlight for you this evening are special programs that have an academic focus. Montverde Academy is very well known for athletics and the arts, and equally well known for academics as well. Our AP program is, we offer more AP courses than any other independent school in the area and likely in the state of Florida. We have 34 AP offerings. So we have AP exams and AP courses for almost any area that a student would be interested in. We do offer AP courses to ninth graders on a very limited basis. We offer AP Biology, Human Geography, and World History for those students who qualify for those courses. And we encourage them to take those at appropriate times for those students. In addition to our regular AP courses, we're also really excited because we are an AP capstone school. And that means that we have been authorized to offer the AP capstone program, which is a 2-course series. Most students begin it as sophomores, sometimes as juniors, and they take a course called AP Seminar, followed the next year by a course called AP Research. Very individual-based course, a lot of, again, research, very academic in that sense. And after successful completion of those 2 courses, students can either earn the AP Capstone Distinction if they've taken other AP exams, or a certificate showing that they've taken that AP Capstone program. So we're happy to provide more information about that. And then the last thing I wanted to mention is that a few years ago we started a Distinguished Scholars program. And the Distinguished Scholars is a path for our students who are high achieving academically, have their sights set on those elite schools or honors colleges within universities. And the Distinguished Scholars creates a path for them to ensure that they're taking the courses along the way and being involved in activities that will help them to achieve the goal of getting to the schools where they most want to be. So I'm happy to provide information for you on any of those programs at any time. So feel free to reach out if you would. And speaking of our fabulous arts programs, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Dean Bell, and he will tell you more about our conservatory programs and our fine arts.
Thank you, Mrs. Burnett-Tavitz. So I am going to talk two-pronged tonight to you about the arts programs. I want to start by just saying that there is an arts requirement for graduation. So at some point, all of you will be in a program at one point or another. So I do want to talk, because there are 2 distinct sections of what we deal with. We deal with elective courses, and then we deal with the conservatories. From an elective standpoint, we offer a wide variety of things in a number of different mediums. Those of you who've been here as middle school students know that, and you actually know most of the instructors. If you're new to MVA, you might not know exactly everything we offer. But we do offer a full course of electives in music. We offer strings, we offer choir, we offer orchestra, we offer class piano, as well as AP music theory and some other more academic classes. On the theater side, we offer a wide variety, including theater for social justice, theater history, children's theater, a number of other classes as well. In the visual arts, we have a full range of visual arts, including 2D, 3D art, ceramics, crafts that we offer. And we have a complete film and television program as well, where we offer broadcast. Some of you will certainly have seen or will be a part of MVA Today, which airs weekly here, and those courses as well. Now again, if you were a middle school student, the chances are you've already had many of those instructors, so we're excited to see you continue in those disciplines for the things that you enjoyed when you were in middle school. The other piece, for those of you who are maybe more interested in getting in depth in some portion of the arts, is we do have 2 conservatory programs, a theater conservatory program and a music conservatory program. Much like the academy programs, which I'm sure that Mrs. Fury will speak about as well, people who are in the academy and conservatory programs go to school a shortened amount of time and then spend the afternoon studying their discipline in a much more concentrated manner. In our case, people come to school and do their academics in the first 5 periods of the day, have lunch, and then spend their afternoon with us. Conservatory does run an hour longer than normal school days, so we are here till 4 every day with those students. We have 25 people in each branch of the conservatory. On the music side, we offer specialization in voice, in strings, and piano. On the theater side, we offer specialization in straight acting, musical theater, and also technical theater. So if you are interested in that, some of you actually, as 8th graders who might be watching tonight, actually received an invitation from me today for a Conservatory Shadow Day, which is being held next Thursday with the conservatories, an opportunity for you to come see what that is all about, followed by a parent meeting that follows the following Monday. Regardless of whether you did receive a specific invitation from me, if that is something that perhaps you're interested in and we've overlooked your interest at that point, feel free to reach out to me and I'd be happy to share with you more information about that. We're always looking for people who are interested in pursuing their special talent, if that's where you belong, in either music or theater or somewhere in the arts. Whether you intend to make it a career or not, certainly we can help you get to be the very best you are. And if you have questions, again, feel free to reach out to me. At this point, I'm going to turn it to my counterpoint at the south end of campus, Mrs. Crystal Fury, who is the Director of Athletics.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bell. Welcome you all tonight, and thank you for tuning in and learning more about our upper school programs. As Mr. Bell mentioned, I am Crystal Peary. I'm the Director of Athletic Operations. I work very closely with Ms. Erin Barroso, Mike Batempa, and Mr. Kevin Boyle to facilitate athletics here at Montverde. Many of what I'm going to talk about today you may already be familiar with, as many of our programs are available to our middle school students. What I found is that a lot of our families may not know quite as much of what we offer, and we're always adding and always trying to increase our athletic participation. And so I just want to provide a full overview of our programs tonight. Firstly, keeping in mind that our athletic department really strives to be an extension of the classroom. It is our main goal to make sure that our student athletes are prepared for that next level, whether it is competing professionally or going on to college and competing, or maybe not participating in athletics at all and focusing on career and academics. We want to make sure that we are providing our student athletes with the tools to be ready for that next level. So we're always striving for excellence and accountability, continuous growth, leadership, and always good sportsmanship and keeping our education first. Our coaches fully understand and appreciate that the academics come first. So I'm going to give you an overview of our programs. Obviously, we have 4 different types, and so that can often become confusing. So I just want to give a breakdown of what the programs are and what umbrellas they kind of fall under. First, we have our varsity and JV programs. You'll see them on the screen. And those primarily compete within seasons. Many high schools across the country offer varsity and JV sports. Where we kind of differ is we also have our academy sports. As Mr. Bell mentioned, those are half-day programs, so students participate in classes for 5 periods of a day, and then they roll into their training sessions. And for our academy programs, what's unique about them is that, again, they're getting that training piece, but they're focusing on their nutrition, their video analysis, skill development, and sports-specific weight room training. And so we have boys basketball, boys soccer, and tennis for boys and girls. And then we have our club programs, and those differ from our academy programs for 2 reasons. One, those are open to non-MVA students. So if you are interested in our club programs and want to bring a friend that's not at Montverde, you are welcome to do so. We strongly encourage that. But also, many of those programs, the training sessions are outside of the school day. And so we have MIFC, which is our girls soccer program, EVP, which is volleyball, and then our swimming program. And what's great about those is that once our student athletes finish the varsity season, they're able to roll into the club season and keep the continuity with their coach and a lot of their teammates. And then lastly, we have our after-school activities. Of course, many of our students are part of athletic teams, but as my previous speakers mentioned, we do have credit requirements, and so you have to have 2 credits for PE. And so if you're not a part of a sport team, we have several options available to you to still reach those credits and graduate accordingly. So we have general fitness, which is typically a variety of cardio with a monitor. And then we have Pom Squad, which is our dance club that performs numerous times throughout the year at our different events, as well as powerlifting and weightlifting, our mascot club, which is awesome. You get to, if you're interested, be a part of our Monty or Monique costume and help facilitate spirit there, as well as if you have many of our students participate in activities outside of MVA, and so we offer that as a PE credit as well. And then lastly, we have our sports management PE credit that allows you to work with one of our teams on campus and learn that sport management side of things to help with our coaches and our staff throughout the season. So I know I just threw a lot at you. I have put on there that mvasports.com, which is our sports-specific website. There's a wealth of knowledge on there about our programs, and I just encourage you, if anything that I've shared tonight interests you, that you check out that website and get a more in-depth detail about our programs, and then feel free to reach out to myself at any point in time if you have questions. Thank you, and I'm going to turn it over to our Director of College Counseling, Mr. Rick Ellis.
Great. Thank you, Crystal. And good evening, everybody. Thank you for attending virtually tonight. I have the good fortune of representing a number of different talented individuals in our college counseling office. You'll sort of see the list of folks that I get to work with on your screen tonight. We have a 4-year comprehensive college counseling program. What I'd like to do is just kind of go over, if you will, the 9th grade year just to kind of get you started in the process. And let me start by saying the first thing is that we work really closely with both athletics and the arts when it comes to finding colleges for students based on specific interests. And so I'm lucky to work with 2 amazing professionals in that area as well. In the 9th grade, the clock starts now, so to speak. And so you always hear that, you know, what do colleges look at? 9th grade is actually the year where they actually start looking at college in grades in terms of your high school performance. We want to make sure that you're challenging yourself in the classes in which you are strong and which you're excited about, but then also make sure that you've pushed yourself within reason in certain areas along the way as well. And so we have a great staff that will help you in terms of the counseling piece, in terms of class schedule and class selections. We will also talk about different interests. One of the amazing things about college counseling is it feels like it changes yearly, from SATs to what are colleges looking for. We want to make sure that you actually are interested in things that you care about. And so we're not looking for you to take 15 different activities, including 8 your senior year. We want you to have a couple different activities that you're really passionate about and really want to make a difference in. And we'll talk about how that looks and how colleges really consider that an important part of the process. We will go into your English class in the 9th grade year, which is pretty exciting for us. We'll do a simulation where we'll actually have you be a part of an admissions committee and see what it's like to be on the other side of the desk. It's one of our, I think, programs that we enjoy the most because we get to see you and how you envision college admissions and how sometimes you're spot on and how sometimes we need to talk about kind of the differences, which is fantastic for us as well. One of the things that we're proud of is that we have a great portal called SCORE, a great platform. And that platform allows us to do things like an inventory, professional development inventory. So we're going to ask you some things you like, some hobbies, some interest, and we'll have sort of a personal inventory form, if you will, that will allow you to kind of see some of the things that you may explore along the way, which is, again, another thing for us. The last thing that I'll tell you just in terms of the 9th grade year, and you'll hear this from me again in 10th and 11th and in 12th, is trust the process. I know at times can be stressful. There is no truth to the rumor that we have a parent support group for college admissions that we meet with monthly, but it is something that can be a nerve-wracking process. In 9th grade, just relax. Take the courses that you want to take, work with us through the process, and I promise you we will get to the right place when it comes to 12th grade year. The last thing I'll just comment on really quickly is our profile, which is the last slide for my part of the presentation. Our resume, if you will, that we send to colleges. This profile is online, and so you can go to our website and you can see the college profile. It talks a lot about what you've heard earlier tonight, and then also talks about the colleges in terms of acceptances, where our students have applied, and where they are looking to get into in terms of different options. So that profile is something that really is our resume at Montverde, and we're really excited to sort of share that with you. That's on our website. I'll stay around for any questions afterwards, but what I'd like to do is talk about student life, and who better to talk about it than John Weaver and Margaret Price.
Good evening. I'm John Weaver, Dean of Students. Thank you, Rick. Our office handles all non-academic programs for the upper school and in some cases the entire school here at Montverde Academy. We are excited about what we do. We enjoy all of the programming that we put into place, and I'm going to just tell you a little bit about it, and then I'll introduce one of my colleagues to tell you more about what we do in specifics. So in short, we handle all non-academic things that happen in the student life department. So that includes one of the biggest responsibilities is our residential program. So currently we have 150 students that are on campus with us, and you know, we have had as many as 300 students at one point from all over the world, and managing the house parents in the residential program, those kids that live with us on campus 24/7, is a huge task, but it is one that comes with great rewards. We love seeing our students from all walks of life living on campus in an atmosphere where we can learn from each other and be able to provide opportunities and experiences here at Montverde that our students will get no other place in the world. So we are very excited about what we do with our housing staff, our house parents. We have 14 house parents that live on campus also, and they make the program what it is today. We also handle all, again, non-academic activities, so things such as homecoming, prom. We oversee senior retreat. All of the fun stuff, and unfortunately, all of the not so fun stuff, such as discipline. So we do handle situations when we need to have students understand our expectations and how to help them live up to those expectations if it's in a disciplinary situation. So there's a lot more details to what we do regarding, you know, our day-to-day operations. We find ourselves running around, making sure that our students feel welcomed, feel embraced, making sure that they have an avenue to be able to grow, not only inside the classroom, but outside the classroom. And so our office, like I said, I oversee several different parts of the school, but I'll invite my colleague, Ms. Margaret Price, the Assistant Dean of Students for Multiculturalism, Leadership, and Student Programs, to talk a little bit more about what she does. Thank you, and if you guys ever have any questions, you can feel free to let us know.
Good evening, everyone. We had a pretty fun day today in the Dean of Students office. We spent the day out by the lake at Dr. K's house, enjoying a Super Senior Tuesday. So that's just an example of some of the fun activities we get to do in our office. So Assistant Dean of Students for Multiculturalism. That is also another very exciting part of the office. This year, you would notice that we put up our 75 flags recently, and some of you in the middle school were able to participate in that program. We usually start the school year with 2 community-wide events surrounding the multiculturalism and diversity of our campus. The opening of school, convocation, and flag raising. Our office leads that charge. We also do the Diversity Fest, which is an event where we have the middle school, lower school, and upper school all participating. Student programs, that really has to do with the clubs that we function in our upper school, and what club will be functioning next year really depends on the clubs that you ask to have represented. So right now we have over 22 clubs that are operating in the upper school, and we can increase that number next year depending on what your interest might be. And leadership. We also offer opportunities for students to develop their leadership skills. We'd like for you to spend time really kind of honing in on those skills while you're here on campus, so that when you go out into the larger community, you already know how to lead. We also like to make sure that students are involved in community service. Now, part of the requirement in the upper school is that students have to complete at least 25 hours of community service for every year they're in the upper school. It's not just about the hours, though. We like to make sure that our students are building character, leadership skills, and a heart to serve. So we want service to be a lifestyle for you, so that when you graduate from Montverde Academy, you'll continue to serve the larger community. As Mr. Weaver already said, we do handle some of the discipline in the upper school. I personally work with the girls, both the boarding and the day student girls, but small portion of what we do. And some of the other time we're spending, we're trying to make sure that you all know that you can come to us and tell us what you need. Because as student life representatives, we are really around to serve you and to make sure you enjoy your experience outside of the classroom. So thank you. I hope to get to meet you very soon. Don't worry about dress code, ladies. When you, over the summer, you'll get some information that lets you know what our expectations are, so we don't have to have conversations about that next year.
Thank you, Mrs. Price and Mr. Weaver, and thank you to the entire upper school administrative team. You know, what a fabulous group. I hope you can feel the passion that comes out of these educators, and it is evident in the work that's being done in the upper school. That passion stems out into the rest of the faculty and staff. I want to bring attention to two other individuals who serve on the administrative team in the upper school. They are Mrs. Maureen Kesselring, who is our Director of Learning Support Services. All right, if you are in any need there when it comes to student support or tutoring services or just anything to support the students' academics, Maureen is the person to reach out to. And the second person is Mr. Jeff Wexler. Jeff serves as the director of our Progressive Language Program, our ESL program, of which we have extensive support for students who have needs when it comes to their language development for our international student body. Another person I want to bring attention to is Ms. Marla Parker. She's our administrative assistant in the upper school. If you want to reach me, okay, you get to her, and she's a great support for us. If she can't answer it, she forwards it to me, but in most cases she can answer any question that you have. I want to hone in on the faculty. The teachers in the upper school here at Mount Verde Academy are second to none. They are, most of them have advanced degrees, which is a portion of who they are as professionals, but more deeply, they are teachers who are experts when it comes to working with adolescents and their preparation for college. They study to become the best that they can in their field of study, but also they work with the students when it comes to their ability to connect and develop as learners within the classroom. It's a special group, and we really look forward to you getting to know our teachers. As far as the scheduling is concerned, as Ms. Brahman said, we will begin the scheduling process. We'll create our master schedule in March. Come April, we'll begin hopefully come April, we'll begin the scheduling process with the desire to have the student schedule in place as they depart for summer vacation. That's very important. It's very important because there will be some summer assignments that will be coming your way. If you're in AP courses, you can expect the summer assignments to be of more depth. Same with the honors curriculum. There'll be reading. There'll be projects that are due for when you come back to school. We also have our summer school program that I want to bring attention to. If you have an interest in some coursework that you would like to take over the summer school begins, I think Ms. Brahman, June 14th, and goes through July 9th. If it's semester class, it's a 2-week intensive program. If it's a full year class, if you're looking to take a full year class over the summer, it's 4 weeks, probably about 7-8 hours a day. So, but if you are interested in coursework to take over the summer, work ahead, maybe dive deeper into some AP support programs, summer school is a great opportunity for you all to do so. At this time, we would like to open it up for any questions that you may have. As you're coming up with questions, please put them in the chat. We really would like to support you with that, answering any questions, but I also want to fall back and talk a little bit about the learning that takes place in the upper school. Within the upper school, everybody's an individual, and we recognize that people have different skills, different interests. We really try to customize our learning in the upper school to meet your need as a student, whether it's a interest in one of our subject area concentrations, as Ms. Brahman mentioned. We have a very enriching STEM program. We have 5 different areas within the STEM program in which you're interested in biomedical, physical science, engineering, computer science, or environmental sustainability. Those are 5 aspects, 5 different directions in which you can take the STEM program throughout your high school career. We also have a subject area concentration when it comes to visual arts, global perspectives, communication, and business innovation and entrepreneurship. So those are 5 areas in which if you want to dive deeper into a specific path of study, you can do that in the upper school at Montverde Academy. So with that, I'm going to open up. Any questions? No questions? That's great. Hopefully we answered everybody's questions, but I'm sure we haven't. If you do have questions and you do not want to put them in the chat, we listed throughout the program this evening individuals who will be able to give you the attention that you need. Hang on, I think we have a question. Mr. Clapper, what is the question?
When is the PSAT for 8th, 9th grade? Are the tests required for placement for MBA 8th graders?
No, that's a great question. I appreciate it. I believe it's April the 7th. I know it's the first week in April in which the 8th graders would be taking the PSAT. The PSAT is used really for three reasons here at Montverde Academy. Number one, it gives you an individual benchmark. It lets you know where you stand at that time in either the math or verbal section of the PSAT. Secondly, it gives you the experience of taking the exam. You'll have that experience on multiple occasions throughout your academic career here at Montverde, but we think it's important for you to start in the 8th grade, getting the experience of sitting for that exam, all right, so it doesn't surprise you when you take it for the SAT for the first time your junior year. And third, it gives us a roadmap as to where your strengths are. We do use it when it comes to placement in courses. AP classes, there's a program that's aligned with the PSAT called AP Potential. It gives us an understanding based on your PSAT score as to how you would fare on that AP exam. Remember, AP classes are college level classes. All right. The exception is for students to be taking those classes in the 9th grade. However, we don't want to do anything to inhibit the growth of our students. We think it's very important if a student has the potential to be successful in an AP class that we give them the opportunity to do so. All right. But also, we think it's very important that you have the foundation needed to be successful in any of your coursework. But we do use the PSAT as a benchmark to understand so we can best place you in the courses that you need. Any other questions? Okay. All right. Please, after tonight, our hope is that the students and the parents will sit down and discuss the program in the upper school at Montverde Academy, some of the programs that basically suit the student, whether it's in the arts, whether it's some of our SAC programs, our strong academic programs when it comes to distinguished scholars, AP classes, athletics. Should you have any questions in any of those areas, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Thank you for joining us this evening. We can't wait to have you in the upper school here at Montverde Academy. Have a wonderful evening.